Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Morning Motivational Rant. I am your host, Dino the Genetic Marvel, and with me, as always, is my co-host, she's a spectacular lady, Crystal Morency. How are you, Crystal?
What the fuck is it with that? Why the fuck do you gotta go there?
I had to be extra nice. You look like a school teacher right now, and I'm loving it. It's great. I just feel like you have to be extra respected and adored. And I think that's fair.
I like it, thank you.
Hey.
All right.
I like a classy lady. It leaves a lot to mystery. It's very exciting.
Is it because of my pearls?
No, it's despite what you think. The pearl necklace, not what makes you classy. A lot of people think that. It's not true. It makes you a fun time.
I love it.
Makes you a fun time, not a classy lady. It's more so the
I think it makes you such a classy lady. That's a classy lady right there.
That's why she's popular at parties and everyone loves her.
Not at parties, like private parties.
That's much worse than what I said, which makes me happy.
But not like at we're not like Wall Street parties where it's like a.
You know what? Listen, I don't understand.
Intimate affair.
Exactly. Like, I don't understand those kind of parties. It's like, why do we have to have a party where we ruin someone's life? Why can't we just have a party where we're all just perverts and have a great time? I think that's better. You know?
But how can you watch each other doing it? Like,
I'm highly uncomfortable with that.
Wonder if something happens. Wonder if you malfunction. Wonder if you like fart.
Listen, I'll tell you right now. Oh, I would definitely fart during sex for sure. Especially.
What if you get all sweaty and smelly? Wonder if your jizz is gross.
That's such a like.
Well.
Every man just grabbed their crotch and was like, I don't like where this is going. This is a poor choice and things to happen.
In the first 2 minutes.
In the first 2 minutes. First 2 minutes we're getting canceled. Just boom. Yeah, you know what? One of the titles for an episode.
That's our shirt.
Yeah, sure. It's like,
well, this is our last show, folks.
It was. I made sure to include it in the clips. Because I was like, canceled in 3 minutes, butt stuff in 9. That's what I wrote, and I'm like, yep. That's what happened. It's honestly...
I shared that clip on LinkedIn.
Like, share, and subscribe. We're always looking for sponsors, too. So, you know, can't go wrong.
And we are so, like, you even type up our names on Google... Because I like to Google myself just in case somebody says some shit about me.
She does laundry 9 times a day and Googles herself constantly.
Well, I try to make sure, like, you have to tell yourself. So that way, if people do find out stuff, they'll know I've already said it, so I'm raw. So I'm naked for you folks. And probably...
I don't think that's the show they tuned in to see, but let's run with it anyway. 3 minutes.
No, because I got really worried about it. But when I Googled it, I got worried about this. What do you want people to hear? Anyway, when I Googled
She's been Googling herself all morning. But yeah, so...
No, Morning Motivational Rant was all over the place. Yeah. And it's bananas. And I didn't realize how much I'm on Google. I was like, wow, I'm, like, out there. I was like... So are you, by the way. I totally Googled you, too.
For those listening in, I just buried my head in my hands in worry and concern, not in frustration. Let's make sure it's very clear.
You know me. I don't judge people.
It's more so I don't like it when people Google me without my authority, but, you know, I don't control everything.
Always Google you without your authority.
I think the play on words has worked in my favor in this point. I feel like a victim at this point.
Like, when you check out people's profiles and stuff, I always feel weird about it. Like, I try to be quick about it because I don't want to be, like, weird.
I will troll the shit out of you. I will hunt everything down. If there's a naked picture of you and I want to see it, I'll find it, too. Just so you know.
It makes me feel weird. Oh.
Don't worry about it. Listen, the way I see it is just embrace it. There's no reason not to. You know why? Because this is the problem is that...
I don't want to know that much about somebody. I want them to show me. Because they're just showing you what they want you to know.
She doesn't want the show for everyone. She wants a private show. More intimate, more exciting. I get it. I get it. Yeah, that's why there's not 6 of us, only 2.
Because then you get to touch him.
Definitely not how that works. That is not how this show works. There's no touching. And there's no crying in baseball. Those are two things.
How are you doing, Dino?
I'm okay. So I got very high yesterday. Okay, so there's a whole series of events that happened yesterday. I was essentially, I made Superman look like my bitch. I was a superhero all day long. It was incredible.
Yes, he was, actually. He was. He talked me down from a ledge.
Hey, and you know what? She wasn't even the best one. I'll be honest with you guys. I was a fucking rock star yesterday. And this is the thing. So, as we discussed.
Trophy husband.
Yeah, I'm wearing my shirt, trophy husband, because that's what I'm at, okay? This is the thing, okay? When you can, and this is, I wanna say this as something that I've learned over time, is that when you get rid of all the shit that you think about yourself, because we're constantly downplaying ourselves internally, and we don't even know it because it becomes habitual, and we become our own propaganda master. So if you can find a way to navigate that, to just let it pass you by, you find that you can just fall into situations and be like, I got this. Because there's that wall that stops us from making decisions. Now, that wall can be broken down in many ways. A lot of the times you can break it down over time, just with self-assurance and reinforcement for those around you and your own mental health, which is great. And essentially you turn this giant, massive wall into just like a little stepping wall. It's no big deal. One of the other ways is to get high off your fucking tits and just lose control. Now, I'll be honest with you, I'm proud that I don't have a very big wall these days. I've worked at overcoming it, but I still hesitate at certain times. Now, yesterday, I had not had gummies for about, 10 days? Maybe about 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's been a while. You've been really good.
So, I dropped it like it was hot, and I was high off my tits. And essentially...
I love that I dropped it like it was hot.
I took 150 milligrams of THC in gummy form. They were also watermelon slices, which were delicious. Delicious, okay?
Yummy.
And high off my tits, okay? Now, this is where things got wonky,
Pecs.
Immediately, as I started to get high, my Victoria texts me and says, I feel like I'm having a heart attack. She's at work. And I'm like, what do you mean? Okay? Which, boom, pops me right out of the high. The response I get is, I'm working on 2 more fabrics and I can't find them. And I'm like, fuck you, asshole! Okay? And she's like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Now, I said this out of love, specifically because what I explained to her was, do you understand how I react as your loving husband and your soulmate? Because essentially everyone that interacts with me eventually knows that I'm everyone's soulmate. I'm a great person. This is, and there's another story after this.
This is your kindred spirit.
I am a people pleaser. I just fit in. Despite how I look, I fit in everywhere. It's a crazy thing. I'm like Gumby and the Incredible Hulk put together. So I'm very large, but I just kind of squeeze into everything. So I give Victoria so much shit, and in the end, she's like, you know what? Thanks for talking me down. And essentially, it was me just berating her on how I said, you know what? If losing fabric, and it's not you didn't lose fabric, you were working on it, now you don't know where it is. That's a bullshit thing to get freaked out by. I go, you know what? You should quit your job, and you're going to become a housewife where you're getting rid of all your shoes. You're only going to get to wear an apron. That's it. Nothing more in the house, because your mind is broken because you scared the shit out of your at-risk husband, who I am a ticking time bomb, people. Look at me. I'm 400 pounds and 40 years old. I could die at any second, okay? I could literally be like talking to, and I'm done, okay? This is what the situation is. And I'm like, and you scared me over 2 pieces of fucking fabric for an employer? Fuck that noise, okay? Now, I believe that perspective is a great helper to people. Stop laughing. This is serious. Okay? It's serious. It's not a joke. Okay? if you're feeling so overwhelmed by something so fucking stupid, you need to reevaluate your shit. You need to get your shit straight, okay? Not together, you need to get your shit straight, okay? Because that's too far. Now, then, just to be clear, I slid into my high like it was covered in butter and you had to catch me. Like, it was like, phew, because I was so happy that I was like, nah, no more nice. Fuck you. Fuck you and your fabric. I will burn down the fabric. Every building that makes fabric, I'm going to burn it down just because you stressed out my wife, okay?
Every time you say something like that, I picture you like the old guy from Striptease covered in oil.
Can't get me, I'm covered in butter. No, so, this is what happens, okay?
But you're like all tanned up like a chick.
Totally. I would be well basted and be like, I'm so sexy covered in butter. Now, all that being said, I proceeded to get more information and I berated my wife until she understood how horrible of a person she is. Now, let's be honest, I love my wife, she's a great person, she's a great wife, but that shit was unacceptable, okay?